haven't said anything. It's already a minute in. Let's get this over with. I had to turn off the fan. Whew, okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I don't know. I know my last video was 2 months ago, I'd say. And it's been a while. So it's been a while. You once again get me at like what could arguably be like my worst at the moment. But you know what? I put on flower kitty ears for you, so that's all you're getting. No, I shouldn't have gone that close. Now you can see my Bushman eyebrows. Anyway. Yeah, I haven't posted a video in 2 months. The last one was me answering Emerlyn Reed's Dear Weight Loss Channel questions. And shockingly, today I will not be talking about Amber besides this little bit right now. I'm going to be talking about me, Lynn, and where I've been and what caused the sudden... I'm here to explain the sudden radio silence on YouTube at the very least. If anyone follows me on my Instagram or my Twitter, it's not complete radio silence. I'm more active on Twitter than I am on Instagram. Links for both of those will be in the description below, so check them out. You should always check out the description. There's always links and stuff there. So yes, so the last time I posted was in June, and soon after that video, I will link that last video in the cards, in the iCards. I had mentioned that I had pulled muscles. I forget which ones. The intercostal muscles. Yeah. So it was about 3 weeks before I was completely healed up and out of pain. And then after that, we suffered a loss in the family, like the wider group family. You know how like you have your immediate family that's like blood related, and then you have like your chosen family, which are like friends and, you know, stuff like that. That more extended family. My neighbor that is like a second mother to me, I've known for I think almost 20 years now. Her daughter's dog, Louis, I'll put a picture of him in here. Louis died. Louis was the mate to my mother's dog, Shiloh. They were a mated pair. They had a brood of puppies, a litter of puppies, before they both needed to get fixed. And that's where my little guy Baxter came from. I mentioned him in a couple videos and about his Instagram because he has his own Instagram. Anyways, Louis passed away. He was an old dog. I think he was like 15, 14 and a half, 15, which is pretty old for a dog, a little Maltese. But he was very sick. He's been sick for the last, like, I want to say 2 years, 3 years. He was in heart failure. So he passed away, and that really broke my heart because me and Louis were, like, super close. We used to, like, babysit him, like, pet sit him every day for years and years and years. And he was just my little shadow, you know. He was completely deaf. And everywhere I went, he went. And if I was sitting on my bed, he was up on the pillows, just snoring away. And if I was in the living room on the couch, he was up against my hip and whatever, snoring away. He followed me around. He was my little man. I called him my Lulu. And so he died, and that really kind of threw me So in the middle of mourning Louis, and trying to get back into the swing of things as best you can in the middle of a pandemic, you know, because my back had just healed, so I was slowly getting back into my daily routine, and at the same time mourning Louis, we got a call. My mother and I live with my mother. She got a call from the rescue service that we got our 2 chihuahuas from, which you've met Fawn. She's been in a video before, and I think you've seen Pebbles, but if not, I'll put a picture of them here. They're brats. We got my mother got a call from the rescue service there, and they had a hospice dog that they found on the border of Mexico and Texas, who was a street dog, never lived inside, nothing like that, very old. Almost completely blind due to really bad cataracts. I'd say probably about 98% deaf, emaciated, just sick and dying. And they asked if my mother could take her in because they knew that she knew how to care for special needs dogs and other animals. She has been her whole life. And by extension, so did I, because I've been taught by her. And so they brought us this terrified, never been inside before, emaciated. She was skeletal, okay? She was little dog who was pretty old. We ended up naming her Peanut. And this is Peanut when we first got her. I'll show you a picture. And this is Peanut now. She was not a hospice dog. She's still very much with us. She is a brat. She is so funny and bright and beautiful for an old, dirty, homeless dog who's no longer homeless. She has a home and she's not dying. She's put on weight. She's learning to trust and love. You know, she's doing really, really good, and she's been a bright spot. She's been a really, really bright spot in the house. And so Peanut is here now, and she's decided that my room is where she wants to be her safe spot. She like claimed the carpet. She is pushy. But she's beautiful. She's a sweetie pie. She's really, really good. She's you know, but it's like having a newborn baby. You have to be up a couple times throughout the night with her, and be prepared for accidents because she doesn't quite, you know, we're trying to like pee-pee pad train her, you know, like you would with a puppy, especially since she's both deaf and blind. Taking her outside in a new area, not only a new area, but a new country so soon after she got here, because I'm in Canada. I'm not sure, like, new subscribers may not know that, but I have mentioned it in past videos that I am Canadian. I live in Canada. So right now we're focusing on like indoor pad training when she's more used to like the smells of the new country, new place. Then we work on like outdoor. So it is a slow process, and it does have, you know, its ups and downs. I go through a lot of paper towel. We go through a ton of paper towel. Should have named her Puddles, is all I'm saying. So that was in the end of June, early July, we got Peanut. And then the first week of July, July 3rd, my dog Baxter died. He It was Louis' son. He was old as well. He was a grouchy old man. He was 13. He was also my emotional support animal. He was in training to be a proper service dog. We had started that training in 2018, and we were going to get him certified properly, but then 2019 was all of the bariatric stuff and leading up to the surgery and all of those clinic testing, all those clinic visits and the testing and stuff. So getting his full certification kind of got pushed to the wayside, because and then we were going to resume it in 2020, but then pandemic happened and he died 3:30 on July 3rd. He had a stroke the day before and couldn't walk and was really sick. And we had a dog, a family dog, oh God, years and years and years ago, who had a stroke. She actually lived to 20. She was very, very old. She was a big black lab. She had a stroke and stroked out, and that she ended up needing to be euthanized. But so we know what a stroke in a dog looks like. And he had a stroke on the 2nd, and he seemed to be kind of bouncing back okay. And we were going to take him to the vet once we got some cash, since my family is what you would call impoverished, I guess. We live on the more poor side of poor, I guess you could say. We weren't able to take Baxter to the vet the day he had the stroke. We were going to take him on the Friday if we... Anyways, and that the 3rd, he passed away in my arms. And as I say, he was a support. He was more than just a pet. He was an emotional support animal. He was a service animal for me because of mental illnesses and physical ailments that I haven't really gotten into on this channel before, which I plan to in future videos. And that kind of pushed me into a downward spiral of depression and grieving, you know, typical things, and I wasn't okay. I'm still not, but I wasn't okay for weeks, and I thought that it was just the depression. I thought everything I was feeling, because I was feeling physically ill, I thought it was just my body's reaction to my mental state. But it turns out it wasn't, because at the end of July, my mother convinced me to go and get a COVID test. We stood out in the sun in a line for 4 hours, and 72 hours later, I got my test results. My mother got tested as well. We're pretty sure she had it in February, and she wanted to know if, like, you could find out about the antibodies through this test, but this was just a straight up COVID test. It wasn't an antibodies test, but she was there already, and they had already, like, taken her name and stuff, so she was like, okay, give me one anyways. So, because she had some symptoms too, because me and her are, because my mother and I are very close, you know, like best friends. So I know that's super lame to say. Who's your best friend? My mom. She thinks I'm cool. So we wait the 72 hours and we get the results back and it's negative. So we're like, yeah, okay, good. See, so it's just like a summer cold compounded with like my shitty mental state. And then 2 days later, not even 2 days later, I don't think, I get a phone call at some god awful hour in the morning. And it's from the infectious disease unit at my local hospital. Telling me that they've had a slew of false negatives that and they've had to retest all of the swabs and whatnot, and my test was a false negative, and I do actually have COVID-19, and that I had to self-isolate for 14 days and then come back for a test to see if I still had it. Today is day 10 of self-isolation, so 4 more days. And after getting that news, about, I want to say less than 5 minutes later, the phone rings again. That's my mom. Yeah, she had a false negative too. She has COVID. And my mother she's one of those people who's in the high risk category due to things that's not my business to talk about because it's my mother's health, not mine, so I'm not going to talk about it, but she is in high risk category. So I'm very worried about her. She's not in the hospital right now. Thank God. But again, her self-isolation for 14 days, go back, get tested again to see if it's still there. I'll wear masks when we're around anybody that is in the house that isn't sick, which would be my father. Yes, I live with my parents. If me saying earlier I live with my mother, yeah, there is also a father there. I live with my parents. I'll get into that in another video because this is already like super long and I feel like shit. But anyways, yeah, so I've have had COVID for the last 4 weeks or something, and it's shit, breathing's not great, but I don't need hospitalization, hopefully, at all. I feel like had I been the size I was this time last year, I'd probably need hospitalization, but thankfully I'm not. I'm down more weight. I'm not a ton. I don't remember how much I was last time, but I've hit a plateau. I'm down 130 pounds. I weigh 270 pounds right now. Which is where I'm staying right now. And I'm good with that, right? I'm down, I think, 4 sizes when it comes to t-shirts and like shirts in general, and 3.5 sizes when it comes to pants. So that's really fun. I don't have to shop at like specialty stores. Anyways, so yeah, but my breathing's okay. Not great, but okay. There's like heaviness in my chest, but there's like no wheezing or anything like that, and I can catch my breath okay. Like, I'm okay. But the coughing, the sneezing, the headaches, the constant exhaustion, it's not fun. The loss of words, the memory issues, like that's not fun. But I also, in case you're wondering about my Mickey Mouse hand, my gloved hand, as it were, I also have a rarer side effect of COVID called COVID fingers, and I will show you what my hand looks like without the glove on, without the medication stuff on. Here. Fun, huh? Yeah. Essentially, the skin of my hand is like burning, blistering, and then like peeling off. Not even peeling off, like cracking, and like it's just not nice. It's nasty. Like there's COVID fingers and COVID toes, and it's very common in children and toddlers, but of course I'm unique. I've always been unique. But also I have very sensitive, very unique skin due to a very rare allergy I have to a type of medication that no one knew I had until I was put on said medication, probably about a decade ago. And because of that, my skin blistered, boiled, and burned off from the inside out. I turned kind of like a maroon color, and all of my skin sloughed off, which resulted in a heart attack from the pain. I was in the hospital for, I don't remember how many days. I don't remember almost anything from that time. I was in a chemically induced coma, but I do know that because of all the skin literally everywhere but the bottoms of my feet, the skin peeled off like a snake shedding its skin. I have pictures from that. I can show you. They're pretty graphic, so I mean, if you want to see a couple, you know, and yeah. So that's because of that, I have very sensitive skin. I have very unique skin in the fact that even though I am not a child, my skin reacts as if it's like only 9 or 10 years old. Like I had to regrow all my fingerprints. I literally didn't have fingerprints for like 2 months, so it was very weird. Yeah, so my skin reacts as if it's a child's skin. It's only been 9.5, maybe 10 years, which is why the doctors think I'm having the COVID fingers and toes reaction. Although it's just on my fingers, it's not on my toes. Oh no, I just showed my feet on the internet. No. But yeah, that's why I haven't been around, why I haven't made anything recently, is death, depression, sickness. But I felt like I wanted to make a video to let people know that I haven't abandoned the channel. I'm still here. I'm still losing weight. I'm still on my weight loss journey. And also I had a couple new subscribers come in thanks to Ready to Glare's channel, Galena. I don't know if you follow her. You should. She's really, really amazing. She has an amazing community around her, and I had commented on a video that she posted, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and or maybe a week ago, I'm not sure, but I'll link it down below. And it's about death feeders, which is people who eat and eat until they like die. And I left a comment about that because I understand that. I understand eating to die. I understand it being like a suicidal thing. And just the comments that I got on that comment, the replies I guess I got on that comment, were just so amazing. So many people talking about how they're happy that I'm still alive and that they're proud of me, and it was overwhelming. Like she has over there on her channel, even though she talks about really severe, serious things, she has a community of amazing, beautiful people. And I know a couple people came over to my channel when they realized I had videos and have subscribed. So I wanted to like make a video to let new subscribers know that I am still planning on making videos and I'm still here. It's just I've been sick with the Rona and dealing with shit at home, and that's that, I guess. Till next time, stay safe, wear a mask. Please wear a mask. Seriously, wear a mask. You're saving people's lives wearing a mask, okay? It's important. Wear a mask. Wash your hands 6 feet apart. Don't go out if you can. Like, This is not fun for me. And I don't even have corona like in the worst possible way. I'm not in the hospital hooked up to like a ventilator or anything. So if it sucks for me, it sucks for them, people like that, 100 times worse. And you know who it sucks for even worse is those people's families who will have to bury them in the middle of a pandemic if they don't get better. So seriously, if you don't care about your life, at least care about everybody else's life, okay? Wear a fucking mask. Stay 6 feet apart. Do the bare minimum. That's all we're asking, is the bare minimum. Just do that to keep yourself and other people alive and safe. We're in this together. I will see you in my next video, because that's life, and I am Lynn. Bye.